I'm so excited for this. I've been waiting for over 3 weeks to record this video and the time has finally come and we are here. Hello, welcome to my channel if you are new here. I'm Manganet. I do book related videos, mostly vlogs nowadays. That's just what this channel has become. But today I am doing the first installment, the first round, the first go at it of my... Hold on, I know I'm late for this party. Let's just ignore that part. TBR game! The year is 2021. Everyone and your mom has already created a TBR game. Hey, here I am, late for every single party. I don't know what happened in the beginning of August, but for some reason I started going to a loop, a rabbit hole of TBR games of everyone else. I was just watching like people's playlist of month over month of them just playing TBR games. I did spend a few days watching those games and then I was like, I want to create my own. People have great games, great imaginations, great rules and great everything, and they create, most of them I think, games out of other games that already exist with twists, and I tried doing that, but I didn't want to copy anyone else, and I feel like all the games already exist, and then I thought about other games that don't exist, but I wouldn't know how to create them as a TBR game because I'm not that creative. So I created a very basic TBR game. I'm gonna walk you through the rules in a moment, and I don't know how this works. I've seen people doing this on their videos, but there's this thing called chapters, and if I'm able to discover how it works, I'll put chapters in the description of the video, so if you want to skip the rules and just go to the game, you can do that. Otherwise, just watch the rules, because I'm not going to be repeating them every month. It will be just on this one. This is my game. It doesn't have a title yet. I did leave space here at the top to write a title for it, but to be honest, I don't know what I want to call it. If after watching this video you have any ideas, let me know. This is my board game. And it's one of those very straightforward ones. You just follow the line, it goes like this. Each house has a different color. As you can see, each color means a different thing. The main rule is that we start at the smiley face, full of hopes, full of dreams, and I'm gonna play the game until I reach the last house every single month. I've played this game just on my own like 3 times just to test it after I built it, just to make sure it was actually possible to do something. And I've had times where I would end up with 6 books on my TBR. I had other times where I end up with 21 books. So everything can happen, and I hope you are ready to come along for the ride. Without any further ado, I'm gonna read the rules out of my phone because it's been a while, my dudes. So I don't exactly remember all the details that I created, but I'm super excited for this. Okay, so it's a normal board game. I'm gonna roll a dice to play. This is my little character. It's the chameleon from Tangled. I don't remember if this little guy has a name, but if he does, please let me know so we can call him from his proper name. But he's my buddy for these TBR games every month. Now to play this, I will be rolling 2 dice at a time. I found out that if it was only one, it would take forever and I would end up with way too many books at a time. So we're rolling 2 dice at a time. This is really sad to say, but I do not own any dice in this house, so I'll be using my phone. But I also think that makes it slightly more interesting than you seeing myself rolling the dice, because then the dice goes off camera and it's just messy, so we're gonna be using my phone. Then, like I said, we're gonna roll until we finish the board, and now let's talk about what each space means here on the board. There is 3 stars, this one, and this one. These ones means it's a free house, nothing really happens on those houses, so it's a chance to take a deep breath. Then we have a heart. There's this one here and this one here. On these ones I can remove a book from my TBR so far, so if I have something on the pile that I don't really want to read, I get to put it out. And then there's a spiral, just one, and this is like a black hole, and it takes me all the way to the beginning of the board, and we start again, keeping everything that I already have on my TBR pile. Now there's 3 different colors. The yellows are the special houses, but then there's 3 different colors: blue, red, and purple. Let's call it purple. So on the blue, it's a wild card. So I have a pile of cards that are my wild cards. I have quite a few, and they are not all book related. So it doesn't mean that I will add a book every single step along the way on the game, which is something that I appreciate. So some of them are things like go out for dinner, go to the cinema, try a new recipe, buy a new book, I don't know, make a new video, whatever. So they're wild cards, anything can happen. Some of them are also book related, so it's literally anything can happen. Then on the red houses we have book luck or not, and what that means is that I have this jar that has a paper for every single book that I have unread on my shelves. And yeah, I mean, I couldn't fake this even if I tried. There is so many books inside here. And what is gonna happen is that every month before I start playing, I'm gonna add the books that I've purchased since the last time I've updated the jar. So I don't update it as I go, I update it one time a month only. And for this month I have these ones joining the jar. There's one paper for each book that I've acquired this month. So I'm just gonna roll them and add them to the jar. Lastly, we have the purple houses. On those, it's prompts for books. So again, I have a pile of cards and they're just normal book prompts, like a book with a red cover or a book with 500 pages or more, things like that, things that will lead me to having to pick a book for my TBR, but with some freedom, not exactly a specific book. So the ones on the jar is a specific book. If I land on a red house, I will get a very specific book. When I get to the last house, it has all the colors. So when I land there, finally, I will roll the dice and it's going to be between 1 and 4. And then 1 is going to be blue, 2 is going to be yellow. I'm following the order on the squares. On yellow, nothing happens. I don't add anything else to my TBR. Red will be another book at random and pink will be another prompt. When I get a book from the jar, so a very specific book, if I really don't want to read it, I can choose to unhaul it straight away and be like, I don't want to read this, get it out of my shelves and go donate it to a charity shop, and then just pick another book from the jar. So I can unhaul it straight away if I don't want to read it, and I don't get any penalties for it because I'm not here to suffer, I'm here to have fun. For every single book in the month that I end up not reading by the time I'm recording the next game for the following month, I get a tally on that book. I'll just write it on the paper that has the title, and it goes back into the jar. When I reach 3 tallies on a certain book, so a book that has come on the TBR game 3 times and I have not yet read, then I need to unhaul that book as well. And regarding what happens if I don't complete the TBR at the end of the month, like what's the penalty for it, or what do I get if I do complete the TBR, I haven't decided yet. If you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. I haven't thought that far forward into the future. We'll figure it out next month, but if you have any suggestions, let me know as well. If you have any suggestions for book prompts or wildcards as well, you can always leave me suggestions down there and I would love to add them to my cards. Now, without any further ado, I'm gonna roll these and add them to the jar, and then we're gonna start playing. Oh, before we start, I forgot to say that on the book jar, if ever happens that I take a book out and I already read that book or I already unhauled that book, then that's the little reward for myself for getting my TBR down, and I just don't add anything to the pile of the game. So it's a little congratulations, Manganet, you're doing great, you are reducing your TBR, keep going, you're amazing. So let's go for our first roll. I have the board, I have my little friend, the book jar, the prompts and the wild cards in there. I already shuffled those 2 piles, and I know I said I was gonna start here on the smiley face, but actually that doesn't make a lot of sense because I'm rolling 2 dice and that would mean that I would never land in here or in there. So what I'm actually gonna do is that I'm gonna start off the board, and the first round is gonna be 1 dice only. My game, my rules, guys. And then 2 dice from there on. So let's get my phone here and let's ask for a dice.
You got 4.
So 4. So now we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is a wild card. So let's get the wild cards. Is this pile here? Read at least 30 minutes in 1 sitting. Alright, okay. So there's no book to choose for this one. Let's move on straight away to the next play.
You rolled 4 and 6 for a total of 10.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Book luck. Oh my god. Here we go. Here we go. Give it a good shuffle. And let's go with this one. And the paper for the first book of this TBR says Him. I actually had this book for quite a while, so let's see what it is. It's this book, it's Him by Claire Empson, and it's a thriller, and it's one of those big floppy paperbacks. The book is also huge, but this is my first book in my TBR for September.
You got 6 and 3. That makes 9.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my god, it's again book luck. Okay. This one. Second book on the TBR, and this is going to be Never Have I Ever. This is another thriller. Never Have I Ever by Jocelyn Jackson, and I don't know any details about this. I think it's a young adult thriller and it's about that game, obviously with the same name. Very curious to read this. So far the TBR is going well. Let's carry on.
It's 1 and 6 for a total of 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's a prompt for a book. So let's go. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Most recent purchase. Alright, so my most recent purchases, I actually bought 5 books on the same day and they actually showed up in a vlog here on my channel. I'll leave it here linked in the cards. But because I already have 2 thrillers on the TBR, I decided to pick this one out. It's You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogley, and it's like a silly contemporary romance, I think, so we're gonna go with this one.
You got 6 and 4. That makes 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my god, it's actually the last roll. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
4.
4, so that's actually purple, which is a prompt for a book. So let's go to the prompts and see what this one says. Blue cover. Okay, let's find the blue cover book. The book that I'm choosing for this is The Flight by Julie Clark, and I don't know much about this. I think it's a plane that goes missing or a plane that crashes and no one knows what happens. I don't know why I'm saying this because I literally don't know anything, but I'm really excited to read this. And this was the final play of this month's TBR. So not bad at all, 4 books only. I think it's very manageable. We'll check in September to see how I did. I'll let you know what I read. But this is the TBR, so we have The Flight, Him, Never Have I Ever, and You Deserve Each Other. And the colors go beautifully together. So first round of my TBR game, let me know what you thought. I'm quite happy that it did end up like this. Nice and easy for a good start. And I'll bring this game back next month for another round and we'll keep going until I get bored of it. Like I said in the beginning, let me know if you have any suggestions for prompts or wild cards or what I can do if I read them all or if I don't read them all. Everything. Leave me suggestions down there in the comments. I hope you enjoyed today's video and I'll see you very soon with another video here on the channel. Bye!